Arlynn here. Welcome back to my Country Craft Corner. How in the world are you guys doing today? It is so good to see you again, and thank you so much for stopping back by to see what I'm up to. And what I'm up to today is I'm going to be making some of my peanut butter fudge. And of the two fudges that I make, peanut butter fudges that I make, this is the easier one. Hands down, you guys. So I just wanted to go through the ingredients with you real quick. You'll need 2 cups of sugar, white granulated sugar, and a half a cup of milk. And I use whole milk. And you bring that to a boil over medium heat, and you boil it for 3 minutes. Take it to 3 minutes. Don't boil it over 3 minutes. Take it to 3 minutes at a rolling boil. Then I turn my stove down to low. I do not take it completely off of the heat. I keep it on low, very low, or almost, as low as you can go. But so there's still a little heat happening on the bottom of that pan, and I add in a 16-ounce jar of Peter Pan peanut butter. Now that's what I use. You most certainly can use your favorite peanut butter, be a Jif or a generic brand or Skippy or whatever you like. We like Peter Pan, and that's what I use. Also, I use smooth peanut butter, but you can use crunchy peanut butter if you'd like. It will work out either way. We just like the smooth peanut butter. And then 1 7.5-ounce jar of marshmallow fluff. And I'll show you all this up close when I go to make and do my demo here, but I just kind of wanted to go through this. After you turn your heat down after 3 minutes, you just simply put in the peanut butter and the marshmallow and stir it until everything's combined. You can't see like the white streaks of the marshmallow running through it anymore. And then you pour it into a 9 by 9 inch baking pan. I line mine with aluminum foil. I've tried it with wax paper. I don't care for that. I like the aluminum foil. It holds its shape better into the quarters of the pan, and I butter it. I don't use Crisco, I butter it. So, or just, and I'll show you how I do that as the stuff is heating up. So anyway, here's the recipe. Pause your computer and take a little screenshot of this. And I will also have it linked, written down in the description of this video, but go ahead and take a screenshot so that you can have this recipe and just print it out for yourself. There you go. All right, let me get my camera positioned so that you guys can see me cook, and we're gonna whip us up some peanut butter fudge. Yay! A Christmas staple around here, let me tell you. Of course, I'm not gonna be having much of it this year. Anyway, I'll be right back. Here I am, I'm back and ready to get started. And the first thing I do is I turn my heat on about medium-high, is usually where I do it. Just because I'm an impatient person, I think the original recipe said to do this, to heat it up over medium heat. Well, it drives me crazy waiting. So I usually put it up about medium-high. And I go ahead and put in my 2 cups of sugar. And a half a cup of milk. And as I said, I use whole milk for sure. There we go, half a cup of milk. In we go. And then I usually just go ahead and use a spatula and incorporate it all. And then we're just going to let that come to a boil for sure. All right, now next thing I do is, you can see I've lined this 9 by 9 inch baking pan with aluminum foil. And I simply take just a little bit of butter and I just run it around the pan. And this, of course, is just simply to help the, fudge not to stick. Got that buttered, and I will be back when I'm ready to add my peanut butter and the fluff. One thing, some fudge recipes say to stir it constantly when it's boiling, and I do stir it a good bit, but I wouldn't say I necessarily stir it constantly. I don't leave it. I watch it for that 3 minutes, and I do stir occasionally, okay? Just want to tell you that. All right, I'm gonna put you in fast motion while this comes up to a boil, and I'm gonna go ahead and get my lids open of these two containers, and the lovely hard lid to get off in the inside off. So I am ready to scoop this stuff out into the sugar mixture when this is done coming to a boil. So I'll be right back when I'm ready to do that. Over videoing duties here. That means we're ready. All right, here we go. So all we do is I have the spatula in here, as you can see, and I just wrap it around or run it around the side as much as I can, and then pull it out like that. That is the best way I have found to do these marshmallow. It is terrible to get out of the container. There we go. I have all of that. Turn my heat down here. Let me turn my heat down to low. Okay, and I'm just going to use this one for the peanut butter. I do the same thing with the peanut butter. Gets it all. And then we just start stirring. Oh my goodness. If I'm honest, Chris does this part usually for me. Or at least we share the duties on this, but I'm gonna do it. I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. You can see all the marshmallow has pretty much disappeared. And I'm going to move over here to my pan. And I can tell this is going to set up because it's getting hard in the pan on me. That's why I keep the heat on, you guys, because it will harden up on you quick. Let's see if I can get this spread out here. There we go. And I give it a nice, oops, there's a little bit of peanut butter. Oh well, won't hurt anything. That's the cook's treat right there. All right. I do kind of pound it a little bit, and you can see that it's, you know, you got to kind of try to spread it out pretty well. But, you know, that's what adds the top of the fudge, you know, that'll give it a little bit of texture. Anyway, there we go. That's it. And then I just let it sit on the counter until it is completely cool. And then I'll be back when that action is done, and we'll cut it up and put it in a tin and make it look pretty for me to take to wherever I need to take it. So I'll be back in a little while here, and we'll do some cutting and some packing up. be back. Everybody, I'm back and I am ready to cut up some fudge. I'm actually making 2 batches of fudge today, and I'm going to give one away as a gift. And I'm going to put it in this tin. Both of the fudges will be put in this, batches of fudges will be put in a tin like this. But the one I'm going to give away as a gift, I am going to wrap a little ribbon around it, and I think I'll do that too on camera. So anyway, let me point my camera down and I'll show you how I cut up my fudge, which is no big deal, but I thought I would show it just in case there are those of you who wonder how some people kind of come up with the perfectly cut fudge or whatever, you know. Not that mine is perfectly cut, but I do it in a certain way to kind of make all of the pieces like the same size as much as I can. And then I'll do a little taste test at the end. Excuse my hair, and it is raining and dank outside today. And Chris and I were out doing some shopping and running around, and I'm a mess. What can I say? But anyway, I'll be right back. Or I'm actually just gonna point my camera down here and we're gonna cut up some fudge. Okay, here we go. You can see I still have it in the pan. And here's my tin. And I do have these little doilies. Now you can get these in a Hobby Lobby or at Michael's or anywhere really. I get them off of Amazon sometimes. And if I can find you a link, I'll put you a link in the description. I have no clue where I got these. These are from last year. Michael's. I got these from Michael's. It says distributed from Michael's stores. So I don't know how old these are though, you guys. I have just a pile of them in on one of my in one of my hutch drawers is where I keep these. So, and they are not fun to get, to pull apart. They are really thin. Some come apart easier than others. I just put them right down in this tin. These are a little too big for this tin, but this is what I have, and this is what I'm going to use. Okay, so I've got that first layer ready to go. Now I just simply pull this out, perfectly clean pan, and I just kind of straighten out the aluminum foil, and I have a nice big sharp knife. Now sometimes people will dip this in water. I don't need to do that with this. So, but some people do dip it in hot water, you know, to help, but I really don't need to do this. What I do is I go halfway through. I'm eyeballing this, I'm not measuring, but about halfway through and make a cut. And then I go halfway between this half, I go halfway between. And then I go halfway between again. Halfway between here again. And then I come to this half, here's the center, and then I come to this half and do the same thing. And I cut each half in half again. And then I turn it, and I do the same thing this direction. Go halfway through. And halfway. Halfway. And that, whoops, look at that, it just fell right apart. Uh-oh. That will be the chef's taste. Then, all I do is I start making little layers of this, and this whole batch should fit in this tin. So I'm just going to pile these up, and between each layer I put a little doily, little paper doily. Sometimes I let that stick out if it'll work. But now, of course, I am covering up the cardinal to begin with, but it'll be pretty in the end. And the cardinal will be there when they take the ribbon off. And just have it sitting on their counter, you know. Just trying to make a pretty bow. I'm not doing a funky bow or anything like that. Just a pretty little bow. Left over right, right over left, and then twisting this to bring the right side of that bow up, of the loop up, I should say. There we go. Just a little something, something to say Merry Christmas. I won't do this to the other tin because it's going to be sat on a food table and be gone in about 5 minutes, trust me. But this is a little gift that I give every year. So there we go. See that? Pretty, huh? And just do a little dovetail. I didn't estimate too much, overestimate too much, did I? So there we go. There we go. All right. Hey everyone, I'm back. And here we go. I have that fudge all ready to go, all wrapped up and ready to go. And I have the other batch right there on the counter. See it? It's right there, already done and ready to be cut up when it cools. So it's sitting back there just hanging out for right now. But my mouth is watering, you guys. Here is that one piece that had that little corner, you know, cut out of it. So of course I couldn't pack that in, you know, because it had a little corner out of it. Wink, wink. But I am gonna try it. I am gonna try a bite of it. Oh my goodness, just to do a taste test for you guys. So here we go. It is moist and delicious, but yet it holds its shape. So rich. Oh my goodness, and the memories, you know how tastes can do that for you sometimes? The memories just come flying back. Y'all, I hope you will give this a try. Dare I say this is one of my very best recipes? Honest to goodness, you guys, it really is. well, this is the first 2 batches of many that I will be making throughout this Christmas season here. But for now, that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed this little ditty. And let me just say that I hope that those of you who are struggling and suffering with a catastrophic illness and or chronic pain, I hope you have somebody there with you, spending their days with you, taking care of you, helping you get through each day, making each day the very best that it can be. I hope there's nothing weighing on your minds or your hearts, pulling your attention away from where it should be or where you want it to be. I love y'all to bits, to bits, to bits. Hugs all around. And I keep you in my thoughts and my prayers every single day. I'm going to add a little Merry Christmas to all in here. And I'll just say, until next time, y'all take good care. Bye-bye.